So we are here with Paul Chaney, the social media handyman and author of the upcoming book. There it is, Social Media Handyman, and author of the upcoming book, The Digital Handshake.
Yes.
Thanks, Paul, for joining us and taking a few minutes.
Thank you, Morgan.
So can you tell us a little bit about what a digital handshake is?
Sure, absolutely. And by the way, you'll have to forgive the fact that I'm absolutely hoarse today. Just one day, South by Southwest did this to me. The Digital Handshake is a book that I'm writing for Wiley Publishing. It will be out in September, by the way. And basically, it's the idea that, historically, I think the term digital handshake has been applied to like two modems connecting or whatever, but obviously it has implications where social media is concerned, and it's a book about how to use social media as a marketing tool. So it's the Digital Handshake, 7 Proven Strategies to Grow Your Business Using Social Media. But the idea of meeting and connecting virtually, turning strangers into friends and friends into customers and customers into evangelists for you, and using social media and the tools of social media to advance that and to cause that to happen. And that's what the book is about. And it begins basically sort of setting the stage and talking about really the current culture and the mindset of people and how people don't trust advertising like they used to, and where word of mouth really is the driver, and it always has been, but now the internet has enabled it to really be put on steroids, and people don't trust companies anymore. They feel they've been wronged, and in many respects they have, obviously. So what's the antidote to this malady? Well, one antidote is social media, because it is really a trust-based kind of marketing. It's relationship marketing. It's not over-the-top pitch marketing. It's just getting to know me and me getting to know you digitally speaking, and forming a relationship, building a relationship out of which hopefully become a business relationship. Business transactions, as it were.
Now, social media presents a couple of challenges for both big companies and small companies, right? So a small business, they may feel like, well, hey, I need to focus locally, or I don't have the time to do all this, or, what's that? And then a big brand, they might be challenged about, wanting to maintain their brand standards, or, they already have customer interaction policies and a whole bunch of red tape. So could you talk maybe about the small business challenges and why it's worth?
Yeah, I think this book is more focused on small business, because that's really where my heartbeat is. Obviously small business, their focus tends to be more local, geographic, regionally focused, but not necessarily in every case. But I think one of the things that social media can do for a small business is make a small business look big, and just having a good, strong internet presence is something a small business can do. Now, obviously, you're dealing with limitations on resources, whether that be monetary or sort of personnel. Well, from the financial standpoint, a small business can still contend, because most, if not all of these tools that can be used, whether it's blogs or, micro blogs or social networks or online communities, are either free or nearly free. So it's a very low cost, barrier to entry. And so, financially speaking, just as a case in point, I know a small custom sign shop in Lincoln, New Hampshire. It's a 4-person shop. Talking about small business. Right. And they make these great signs. Just the people are craftspeople. The only advertising they do is a blog called Signs Never Sleep. And they have learned over the years how to use that blog as a tool to grow their business. And they're not really overtly selling. They're just talking about how they do what they do. They demonstrate it through video and photos. And you see really a sign in the process of being made. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, if you're in the market for a custom crafted wood or type sign, you see what they do on their blog. Right. You're going to be calling them. Right. And people do every day. So, it's certainly doable for a small business. Now, of course, the other limitation and resource is, perhaps personnel and time. So that's something that's going to have to be taken into consideration before you get into this, because one of the things you don't want to do, you don't want to start trying to build relationships, whether it be through a blog or some other form, and then just say, well, I don't have time for it. Right. You really have to kind of count the cost before you get into it, and make sure that you're ready to, put your foot into the water. Right. Because once you start building these relationships, you can't just, pull out.
I always say social media is a marathon, not a sprint.
That's a great way to put it, Morgan. It is indeed a marathon, and it's one you kind of have to train for,
right?
To a certain extent, you know.
Definitely. Great. Well, Paul, thanks so much. Where can people find you online?
Well, any number of places. You can just Google Paul Chaney. Well, don't do that because there's a Iowa State football player with the same name. And we keep contending for the #1 spot.
Right.
So you can go to you have to have the THE,
okay.
the social media handyman.com.
There it is.
The social media handyman.com, and that'll kind of take you to other places where I am.
Perfect. Well, Paul, thanks so much for your time and best of luck with the book. We look forward to reading it.
Thank you.